Hello everyone, I'm Joanne. Welcome to my craft room. I am going to make this adorable card with you guys with an absolutely brand new Simon Hurley Winter Wonderland collection. So Spellbinders sometimes sends me some samples to go ahead and design and showcase. And I have so much fun doing that. I am an affiliate for Spellbinders, scrapbook.com, Gina K Designs, and Amazon. There are links below for you to click on to place an order through this video. I do receive a small commission, and that of course is at no cost to you. Thank you so much for clicking on my links and ordering. I'll have to show you this wonderful set. So here is one of, I think, many, I think there's three large stamp sets that he designed. I absolutely love this. I love the houses. I love the snow, the trees, everything about this. The sentiments are beautiful. This three little ho 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 is so sweet. So I have used this one right here. I was really intrigued with this because of the dies. Now this has a die, this one has a die, and this one has a die. This one does not have a die and is from the video that he said thought that maybe we would use it as a background stamp. So let me show you what I did with that. I was just playing. This is just on a piece of light brown cardstock, and I made a background out of this stamp right here. So I thought that that was really fun. I love it that it's a little village, though. It's really sweet. So just wanted to show that to you. But for today, we're going to use heat and stick powder. I have these dazzling diamonds, it's like a glittery embossing that we're going to do here. I'm going to use this little pen here. I found this in my stash. It's called an Embossing pen. If I can find it, I'll link it for you. But I made little dots all over here with my Embossing pen. Then I used the heat and stick powder, and then I put the dazzling diamonds on it. That also connected to some of my ink on the trees that was still wet, and that's how I got that beautiful glitter effect. The other thing that we're going to do, and look at these trees from this Simon Hurley collection. I use the trees here that have like the little snow blobs on the branches. They look so sweet, right? And on another card that I did, I used the other trees that were the solid. Let me show you these solid ones right here, and then we have these two with the snow on it. Of course, where the snow is, you could always add white, this, that, or the other thing. I used it as a background and did like a starry sky, I thought, with this. But I thought that came out really, really sweet. Now, the other thing that I learned from a video from Simon Hurley was I was having trouble with my ink blending, okay? And my ink blending was coming out very blobby, I had edges, and it wasn't smooth. So I kept watching video after video of what I was doing, and I did see, and I really, really love these. I love these discs, okay? But when you have these discs, the edge, right here, the edge, makes that little, like when you put it on there to blend, it makes that little blob of round because you have a flat edge. He suggested to get those in the dome. Well, I haven't been to the craft store. I did place an order with scrapbook.com, but I forgot to add the dome little things to the order. So I was looking in my stash, and I had these. I have no idea where I got these, probably Michael's or Hobby Lobby many, many, many moons ago, like 10 years ago I'm talking. But they were in the dome shape. So I thought, okay, let's try it. I'm telling you guys, it's a game changer. I have a lot of the flat, and I'll use those on pieces that I'm going to ink blend on. But if I'm doing ink blending from now on, I have to get the dome shape. It's a must. So we're going to do that first. Let's go ahead. Let me get a piece of scrap paper. And so this piece of cardstock is 5 1/4 by 4, and I want to use the orientation of landscape like this. Oh, and I did use the Fran's frames in here. Isn't that pretty? I'm using those for this one from the Fran's frames a lot. And then I just double stamp my trees. We'll go through all of that and how to get these trees like in the background, and we'll go through all of that. So this is 5 1/4 by 4. I'm going to ink blend it like this with the dark and then into lighter colors, but it will orientate like that when I'm through, okay? So let me move these aside. I also use some Wink of Stella on my picture. We have a lot to do. So yeah, pull up a chair and let's have fun. Okay, so let's we've got to do this. I have to show this to you. This with the dome is a game changer. I love the way these hold too. I just had them in my stash. So I just dab off the excess, but watch when I come in here. See, there's no definitive blob of edge or ink, and watch how these just blend. And from now on, when I do ink blending, I will use a dome shaped something, but I really do like sponges when I blend. And everybody has their own technique when they do things like this. I'm still finding mine. But I think I really finally have it. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so I'm going to leave that. Now I'm going to go into a lighter or brighter shade of blue. I still use my Stampin' Up! Ink because there's really no sense in ordering other ink until I run out of all of this, right? Which could be years. So, you know, I've ordered some Gina K and some Pink Fresh Studio, which I love. Both of them. I really like Gina K's ink the best, to tell you the truth. So as the ink pads dry out, or I, use it all up, I will go ahead and replace with Gina K's. Look at how gorgeous this is blending without having like round circles of edges all over it. Now, and then we get a little purple in there. Isn't that pretty? I'm going to come back in here with some dark because I want this darker around the edge. And I can see that now. So like I'm doing like a darker sky into a lighter, into a purple, into a lighter. And now we'll go in with like a little bluish green. So just use any color blues that you have. And I'm going to go ahead and start down here. I love the softness of using this dome and how things are just really blending so nicely. I was like, when I started doing this, I'm going to turn this. When I started doing it, I was like, oh, I finally found it. Yay! You gotta find your path, right? Like I said, this is my crafting journey. I'm always learning something. Now, in this card, we don't do any foiling, but I will say this much. If you guys want to foil for Christmas, go ahead and get your machine now. Now I'm going to start doing more blending here with in between the colors. Go ahead and get your machine now. Start practicing and having a lot of fun. Look at how gorgeous. As I rub that, it just blends. I love that. And I've noticed, of course, and again, because I'm not good with laying down a whole lot of ink, but the more ink you use, the better it looks. It's just something with ink blending, right? I'm going to blend this better into here. And every time you do it, your card's going to be just a little bit different. See, like this time, I'm really making this middle color stand out, because then we're going to stamp some trees. Look at how pretty that is. Oh, I love that. That really, I love the gradation of color on that. I'm going to come back in with this. Come right into that blue with it. And let all the colors just have fun. Because once we put everything on here, it's going to look fantastic. Okay, now just a little bit more dark. Really make this like a midnight sky. Absolutely. Whoop. Okay, I think I'm done. I love it. Isn't that pretty? Okay. All right, let me close my ink and get it out of the way here just for a second. Now, what we want to do is stamp our trees. Let's do that, because we're making our pretty background right here, okay? Let me get my mini Misty. There, I was playing with the trees, right? You could see I was playing on a piece of blank paper. I wanted, because I had my grid right here, I was like, well, I'll just stamp on that side. So that's what I did. Okay. So I'm just going to use this as a platform right now just to stamp on. I'm not going to use the door. I just want to get my little trees going here. And I'm going to use a little black ink. And let's see. So when you make a shadow, I take the first tree, and I don't want to come really down into this green part, okay? I want to come up in through the blues. I take my first tree, I stamp, and then I shadow. I stamp the second one a little bit higher, and it makes it look like it's in the background, okay? Let's do that on this side. So I'm going to stamp my tree. And then I'm going to stamp the second one a little bit higher. And again, it makes it look like it's in the background. I'll go with the smaller one. And now I'm going to stamp this little guy in between here. And then I'm going to stamp the second one kind of off the page, but again, at a different level, not side by side, okay? So let's do that again. I'm going to stamp my tree, and then I'm going to stamp the second one right next to it side by side. Okay, let's come back in over here. And I know that we're going to have, you know, our little dome here, but I need this to kind of cascade in trees. So I'm going to put this one out here. And then I want the shadow here. Okay, see how all of that is just like giving depth to this blended ink pattern. Let's do that again on this side. Come in here with a tree. And then I'm going to stamp up here. Perfect. I think that's wonderful the way it is, because this little dome is going to sit like this. Let's go ahead and I'm going to cut this out really quick just over here on my Vagabond. Let me do that really, really fast here, and then we'll measure. I use the Vagabond a lot of times. So if I move my, if I do a lot of die cutting, then I move the Platinum 6 in and then crank, but that was really quick. I wanted to get a little look here, see? Okay, so see, I see the tops of the trees. I might want another little tree right here, okay? But I don't think that I want it full strength. Does that make sense? So let's do this. let's stamp our little tree. Well, let's stamp it off. Okay, just like that. And now let's put it right here. Wonderful. Now let's take a look again. Oh, I love that. I really do. I really do like that. Okay. Now I'm looking and I want full strength tree right here. And then another one here. Okay, so I've kind of made an arc of trees, and then this is going to go right here. I've actually put more trees on this one than I have on this one, because, you know, like when you're designing, you're kind of not sure, but then when I saw it, and then the glitter even picked up on the trees, I was like, oh my goodness, let's just add more. So see, then we'll put our sentiment right here. Actually, we could do our sentiment right now. There's no place like home for the holidays. That comes, of course, from that set. And I'm going to go ahead and place it right here. Let me move everything down. Okay. Let me just place my little dome. I think that will look fantastic right there. Okay. Hey, I didn't think I'd get that done right now. Now I'm looking at my grid here because there's nice gray grid lines. And I see that this side is going up just a little bit. So let me put this here. Say this side was going up just a little bit. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Okay, I just scooched it down just a teensy bit. A little black, like that. Perfect. See, and that's what's so nice about the MISTI or any stamp positioning device. You can stamp it again, get a richer color, and that's wonderful. But this type of stamping that we did here, of course, I used the block. All right, now let me take this off of here, and I'll clean my MISTI in just a little bit. And actually, I'm going to go ahead on another piece. I just used this. I don't want to, let me show you this stamp, okay? I don't want to attempt to line this up on this piece, okay? Which, I mean, maybe I could. I don't know, guys. Do you think I could? I don't know. I really don't want to attempt it on camera, so, so because we could have a disaster. I think maybe if I just kind of, see, I'm looking for a piece of paper. Took my time with it. I think we would be good, but I'm just going to take this, give this a little slice here. Ooh, I love our background. I'm just letting that kind of sit for a minute. And now I will go back to my MISTI. And let me place that right there, here. Let me put this right here. Oh, perfect. I love it. Okay. Easy peasy, right? Close the door, pick it up. Whoops, I had ink there, didn't I? Did you see? I had some ink. Let me clean that. Get my towel. There we go. Not that it would hurt anything. I do not believe. Well, I definitely don't want to get ink on my paper. Okay. So here we go. All right, now we're back together here. Make sure that this is in the corner. I'm on Photopolymer, so I do have my rubber mat in here. Close that and pick it up. Perfect. And get my black ink. Now I'm going to go ahead and color this with alcohol markers in just a second. You can use any alcohol markers that you want. If you want, you could use pencil, you could do watercolor, you could do anything that you want to color this. It just happens to be what I have. And you know, there's a lot of times when you have product and you're just so used to using it, you know, you're just used to the learning curve with it. So, but again, use what's in your craft room. Ooh, look how pretty that looks. Okay, I love that tone right there of black, right? Nice and solid. Love that mini MISTI. And now, put this over here. I'm just going to show you just a little bit. I'm going to do the green on the trees, and then I'll break away and finish coloring. But, and then we'll come back, we'll add the wink of Stella. Because see, I want the, that's how I got the glimmer on the top here for snow. I used my wink of Stella pen. You should always have that in your craft arsenal. I don't know if you could see that shimmer on there, if the camera's picking it up or not. But it's there. So with this, I did not shade at all the tree. I think I did a little shading on the house, no big deal. Just going around the, and actually, to tell you the truth, if you wanted to shade it, okay, wherever they add these dark lines is where that you need to shade. I use that as a guide if I'm going to shade. So like here on the house where those little dark lines are. Let me do this tree, and maybe I should do some on the house just to show you. If you have markers that you're using, I like an alcohol marker because there's no lines. I'm not an artist, guys. I'm a crafter. So anything and any time that product can help me, I appreciate it. And I like to color, but I like fast coloring. I'm not one to sit and do a lot of intricate coloring. And I've watched some videos of people, and wow, can they color, you know? And it's gorgeous when they're done, the depth that they get on like their flowers or whatever. Oh, I'm even doing the second tree. You know, what they're doing is absolutely stunning. You know, you can't take that away from people that like to do stuff like that. They're excellent at it. And a lot of times, I'll color the rest of that tree in a minute. A lot of times, I like watching it, you know. Okay, so let's just color this part of the house, and I'll show you about graduating color. So I'm just using like a light brown here, a very, very light brown. Okay. We'll talk about shading. See where the company itself puts the little dark lines around there? I just take a little darker color and I go wherever that these lines are, because that's where the dark is supposed to be. And so I just kind of, you know, just give it a little pizzazz, and it gives it a little dimension just like that. It's that simple. And I would do it around here too. I'm going to use a different color marker for that tree. And then the Wink of Stella is just a pen. It's an alcohol glitter pen. You activate it, there's like a black band around it, and you have to like take it off when it's new. And then you just squeeze this down. You'll see it come down into the barrel. And then you just paint this with your beautiful fine tip there on top of what you're doing, and it's just a glitter pen, and it'll reactivate the ink just a little bit to where then the ink gets another kind of dimension. Can you see it right there? Like it gets a little bit darker. So I know I can see it here, but you should always have Wink of Stella in your arsenal. Always. I always post the specials from scrapbook.com on my Facebook page. There's a link below for my Facebook page, and I use that kind of for advertising, and I use my YouTube for just doing the video. So just two places, really easy, no blog, this or that. I just do things really simply. But there's just a little bit of sparkle on those trees, really, really cute. Okay, I'm going to break away, color this, and we're going to come back and start to do some glitter on here. Back in a minute. Okay, so I've got this all colored. I also wanted to show you something right here, is that whenever you have white, you should always try to add a little bit of gray, because that's what gives the white, almost make the white look whiter. So wherever they left a line, I put a little bit of gray into that line. Okay, and then up here where the smoke is coming out of the chimney, just so cute, right? So I just wanted to tell you guys that. I also die cut it with my die. You could use this for so many things, and I'm sure that many people are going to make nice shaker cards out of that. And then I wanted to show you the dies that come in the set, because the trees also have dies, okay? Oh my goodness, isn't that fantastic? 4 of these tree dies. Look, they cut every single one of them out. I'm so excited about this set. You'll see more videos with this set, because I love the background. I love that you can stamp and cut out the trees. That's so much fun. And then, of course, like I said, the 2 other houses, except for the village, has stamps. So that one cuts that one out, and that one cuts that one out. And then I showed you that I used the background. That's what was suggested with that, and I thought that really came out great. So just a really, really fun set. Please check it out. The entire collection is beautiful. There's Santas and these houses, and then I think that there were, there's another one, I can't remember. It seems like it had Christmas ornaments. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm going to finish my Wink of Stella here, because I wanted to do this with you guys. It really puts a great little effect on your crafting with just this inexpensive pen. I think it's so much fun. And you know, now we just about have to order all of our craft supplies online. I went to Hobby Lobby and was extremely disappointed. I mean, I needed like a little something, and luckily they had it. But I was extremely disappointed in their craft area. I'm doing the tops of the chimneys because it looks like snow. So it will have a little bit of glimmer to it. And just all through here, just let that glitter flow onto the white. Now I just need a little bit more down on that brush, so I squeeze the barrel, and see, I can see it come right into here, and you know, then stop, because it will flow onto the brush from there. Don't wait for it to drip. And let me tell you, don't do what I just did. Did you see me squeeze this right over my project? Oh my goodness, a blob could have came out, and I would have ruined the entire project. So good to kind of do that over another area. I'm just going back through and just having fun with this, accenting the front of this. Perfect, actually. Okay. Let's take a look together. Oh, I love it. I don't even know. Yeah, you kind of get the shine to it, the little shimmer. Oh, I missed a little bit down here. I see it. Let's do it. Okay, I think I picked that up then. I was probably running out of glitter on my brush, right? Yes, definitely. All right, good. I'm going to put that aside. All right, now, back to, well, let's go ahead. Let's do this. Let's go ahead and stamp the inside of our card. And again, I use the Fran's frames. I thought that this little oval mimicked our little half moon picture there quite well, so I really like that. I'll just use a little green ink, and I'm going to use the little tree, and I'm just going to stamp 2 little guys, and I'm going to put this one lower right there. Perfect. A little bit of glue, and we have the inside of the card ready for whatever sentiment that you want to put on it, or maybe you're doing a craft fair. This is not good there. Okay, let's see what else we have here. I've got 3 bottles of glue. Okay. I know you guys have multiple bottles of glue on your table. Here we go. Every crafter does, right? And here we go. I actually did post a really great deal on a 10 bottles of Tombow this glue, if you like this green wet glue right here, 10 bottles of Tombow through Amazon over on my Facebook page. Whenever they run that special, I post it. I think it's really great. I think you get each bottle for like $3.75, something like that. So let's go ahead and get our envelope. I want to get my larger tree. Make sure my flap's at the top. These are my last 2 white envelopes. I've ordered them just like that. Isn't that pretty? Something very subtle, but always remember you've got a little bit more ink on here and you can always make a shadow. And then this one I'll put lower. There. Awesome. Looks great, right? And we have the inside of the card. Okay, now to the glitter. Every time I do this, it comes out different. So I'm not going to worry. Let me get a piece of scrap paper. So however it comes out, it comes out. Sometimes this black ink is still a little bit wet and some of the glitter sticks to it. Sometimes not, which is however it works, it works. I'm going to not use my stamping buddy for this, okay? So I found this pen in my stash and I was trying, honest, and I just make dots. Honestly, I was trying to make snow somehow or another, and I came across a video about using Versamark and dots and this and that, so I thought, well, hey, I'll try it. And so here we go. And because I found this in my stash, I don't even know if you can get these anymore, but if you have something like that, great. If not, okay, you can always take, and I saw people do this, the tip of an eraser and stick it in your Versamark and daub it, and it will give you a dot. Just make sure it's a teeny tiny eraser, right? Okay, now I'm using heat and stick because I'm going to use like a glitter, okay? So the heat and stick is definitely an extra, look at that, an extra step, but this is where then your glitter is not going to come off, okay, when you place it. So I like that. I love that actually. Okay. These little boxes are crayon boxes. I get them on Amazon, and then those are just little ice cream scoops. Now, we'll go ahead and use the heat tool. And we're going to heat all this up. And this is going to dry clear, but it's sticky now. So then what happens with your glitter, there we go. Then what happens with your glitter is it's just not sitting on top of the card. It's actually sticking to something. So, you know, a lot less will rub off. And, you know, I don't know about you guys, but this is the time for glitter. This is what we do. So this is just some old stuff that I had. Get anything that, you know, that shines. Now watch, it's even going to stick to the top of these trees. And then I have an old makeup brush over here that I use for this. Just tap it off, okay? Now, can you see where it's all stuck kind of right there to the top? I'm actually going to see if I can't stick some more around here. It really looks pretty stuck on the trees. A little, just a little bit. I think I've got that. Maybe on these tops right here. Just wherever. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and heat set this, all right? And I know I have that mess all over it, okay? But it's okay. Those little hooks are the teeniest, tiniest command hooks. You could get those at Walmart. I'll post them, if I remember, I can post them from Amazon. So here, we're just melting this into the heat and stick that's right there. And our glitter is just going to stick right in there and be beautiful. I'm just making sure that it's melted in. Okay, now what I do is I take this little old brush here, and now any of the excess, I just brush onto my paper. But allow whatever sticks, sticks. That's what I'm saying is every time you do this, it's going to look a little bit different. And there we go. And that's what's going to stick on this one. That is just, it just gives it a starry sky look. Isn't that awesome? Okay, so then this right here, my brush is good. And we don't have a mess, but we have to throw this away, okay? Because there's glitter on it. All right, now let's go ahead and get back our base. Thanks for hanging in here with me. I hope you've enjoyed us making this card. Now that's beautiful, okay? You can make a whole scene of trees if you wanted to, and then put that big Merry Christmas on there in red. That would look pretty, right? Do some ink blending and some glitter maybe. But remember the heat and stick powder, okay? Now see, I can touch this and it's not coming off. Okay, heat and stick powder makes your glitter adhere better to your card surface so that you don't have so much that's just, you know, rolling right off of there and you don't have such a mess. That looks so pretty. Now this looks pretty, it really does. But wait, when we add Mr. Simon Hurley's collection right here, let me mop that up just a little bit right there. Good. There we go. All right. And I'm just going to take some, I want to put this up with foam. But I actually could see some wonderful shaker cards made with this shape and putting the scene in the background, which I think would look very, very pretty. So I'm just popping this up with some foam that I have. Use any foam you'd like. Of course, I did get the scrapbook.com double-sided foam adhesive sheets for $1.79. I had, you know, I didn't need any, but just because it was such a great buy, and I think I placed an order and I needed just like a little something on there to get to a certain amount, and so the $1.79 was great for that. But I couldn't believe when I got them that they were $1.79. I want something right in here for sure. Just like so. Okay. All right. So, adhesive on the back, foam, bring our card in, and now here we go. Look how pretty this is. I love this. I love the little villages. I think there's, what's going on? Did you see what I did? I'm so excited. I didn't even take the tape off of any of them. It's funny. Hey, if you can't laugh anymore in life, you could forget it, you know? Even at yourself. I laugh all the time. So, it's just easier, isn't it? But I do try to make lemonade out of lemons. You've seen me do that. Okay, now here we go again, right? With it sticky. Always helps if it's sticky back there. Right here. Beautiful. Look at our card. Oh my goodness. And we learned about heat and stick powder. See? It's on there. I can rub it and it's still on there. It is perfect. Oh my goodness, these cards are beautiful. Thank you, Simon Hurley, for making an absolutely gorgeous collection. You guys, I will be making more videos with this collection. I have some more things to do for Spellbinders. Really cute stuff coming up. And then I did purchase, I have to show you. I purchased this myself, Yana's Poinsettia Bloom. I cannot wait to make this. This will be next on my list. I want to paper piece these poinsettias in here. This is going to be an absolutely gorgeous card, but that'll be the next video coming up. I also, well, let me show you. This is what I got from scrapbook.com because I wanted these cutting dies. I needed red and gold glimmer. I went ahead and got gold, silver, green, and red because I got the variety pack because I knew I would be using this for the holiday season. And then they had the free ho-ho dies. They had these dies were free. The ho-ho, it was a free die set when you placed an order, and it didn't matter. I don't believe it mattered how much it was. If you placed an order, if I just got like the $1.79 scrapbook.com adhesive shapes right here, the squares, they would have sent me these dies for free. So I really appreciate that. And then I did want to show you this mirror gold cardstock right here. It's double-sided. I had to try this out, and it's extremely inexpensive. So when I work with it with this cutting die right here, I will link it for you, but it's extremely inexpensive for the holidays, and it is mirrored. I believe it's double-sided. So let's just look. Why don't we? Yeah. Well, it is. See, there's the back. So I have never had double-sided mirrored cardstock, and oh my goodness, this is, what quality. Wow. Wow, you guys, this is awesome. Look at that. So anyway, I will work with that when I do my next video. Here is this card for today. I hope you enjoyed everything with me and crafting with me a little bit today. I'm going to go back outside now and start staining my deck again. So that's one of the jobs for this summer, is to stain the wood deck, and I've got about 3/4 of it done. So back out at that now, and back in this evening then, and I'll start to design another card, make a video, okay? All right, thanks again for watching, and I will see you next time.